Yo, what is up guys, MrPantaloons here with Omnia, and we got the new banner here featuring 3 new characters, Seifer, Raijin, and Fujin. Now we also have the new weekly banner here featuring Lightning, Tidus, and Balthier. This is actually a pretty good one. Every single character here has their 35 CP as well. Tidus, he's gonna be really good with that 35 CP. His debuffs are essential. Now he's gonna work with just the 35, but you can get his 15 as well for some extra damage. Now Lightning, you will want to get both of her weapons and she will deal a lot of damage. And then Balthier, finally, probably the least useful out of the 3, but he can still do some stuff if you need a character that can steal buffs. His 35 CP will come in handy, and if you want some more damage on him, you can grab his 15 as well. We still have Kisti's banner and Maria banner. You can check out the other videos for these two. But let's return to the main banner here with the 3 new characters. We can see the draw info here, the 15 CPs, the 35 CPs. Let's talk about these characters real quick. First off, Dissidia DB, we got Seifer here, Crystal Red, Great Sword, his weapon of choice. His skills are No Mercy and Bloodfest, 6 uses each. No Mercy, that's a group ranged wind brave attack. He gains 50% more damage if his enemies are debuffed. And then Bloodfest, 2-hit group ranged brave plus HP attack. Also low chance of inflicting max bravery down 10% for 3 turns. Also gains 50% damage against debuffed enemies. So it's pretty much apparent that you do want to have some debuffs on your enemies to make Seifer hit hard. In terms of passives, he actually has some pretty nice ones. He gets slightly raised attack when an enemy is debuffed. He gets more bravery damage when he's not getting targeted. He gets some max bravery when an enemy is debuffed. And his 50 gives him more bravery damage when using an AoE, which is pretty much a 10% damage increase across the board since he has AoE attacks only. Now his gear list, we got his 15 CP will grant him a 20% damage increase, as well as an extra 60% for single targets and a medium chance attack down 30% for 6 turns. His 35 CP will give him 20% extra damage on his second skill, plus 60% for single target, that is damage, 60% more damage against single target, medium chance max brave down 20% 6 turns, and Seifer also gains max bravery up 30%. Max brave up 30% 6 turns. Now I think he, first of all, he needs his 15 CP. That attack down is pretty nice, and especially if you want him to shine, you will need both of his weapons. He does get quite a bit of damage from each one of them. Now next up we got Fujin, Green Crystal. Her weapon of choice is the throwing weapon. Her uses are the following, or her skills rather: Metsu and Sai, 6 uses on the first one, 4 uses on the second one. Metsu, group ranged brave attack, self 3 turns speed up. Her Sai, 2-hit melee wind brave plus HP. She also gets 3 turns attack up 10% and enables her wind mode for 3 turns. Wind mode allows her to enable her plus attacks and gives her 10% initial bravery and max bravery if she has the level 50 passives. Now the plus versions, Metsu plus and Sai plus, gives her 20% more damage, and the brave attack plus gives her 10% more damage as long as the, or as well as the wind element right there. In terms of passives, she does have some interesting ones here. Slightly raise speed while enemy is debuffed, slightly raise speed for 3 turns when the battle starts, and then the level 50 here, raise initial bravery and max bravery during wind stance. In terms of her weapons, her 15 CP gives her a 20% damage increase plus 60% more for single target, better speed up, and becomes AoE as well, and lasts 6 turns. Her 35 CP gives her 20% more damage, wind resist down 4 turns, attack up 20% for 6 turns, and wind stance 6 turns as well. Now she will need the 15 CP for those speed up buffs for your party, and then she's going to need the 35 CP for more damage. And finally, we got Raijin. Yellow Crystal Spear is his weapon of choice. His skills are the following: Fist and Raijin Special. Fist 6 uses melee brave attack. He gains physical attack up 10% for 2 turns, and then Raijin Special 2 hit melee Thunder Brave plus HP, 3 turns max bravery up 10%, Thunder Stance 3 turns. Thunder Stance enables his plus attacks, and he gains 10% extra initial bravery and max bravery. His Fist Plus gains 30% extra damage and lower action delay. His Raijin Special Plus gains 20% extra damage and lower action delay, and his Brave Attack Plus gains 10% more damage, as well as the Thunder Element. For his passives, we got some attack buffs here. Slight Raise Attack while buffed. He has Slight Raise Attack for 3 turns when the battle starts, and the 50, just like Fujin, raise initial bravery and max bravery while in Thunder Stance. That is 10%. In terms of weapons, his 15 CP gives him 40% more damage, physical attack up 20%, AoE 4 turns. 35 CP gives him 20% more damage, lower action delay, Thunder Resist down 4 turns, max bravery 30%, 6 turns, Thunder Stance 6 turns. Now he will need his 15 CP for the buffs, for the physical attack up AoE, and 35 CP that is going to boost his damage. So those are the stats and everything on the 3 characters. If I were to rate these characters, I would say Seifer would be the best on this banner. He is good, especially if you need AoE. He does have the wind element as well. If you can use that as a weakness, he will deal quite a bit of damage. Next up we got Fujin. She also has some AoE. She does have the wind element, and then she has the AoE speed up buff. And then finally Raijin. He only has single target, but he does have the thunder element and the AoE physical attack up. Now Fujin, she will be getting her level 60 awakening sooner than the other 2. She gets it on the 5th batch, whereas Seifer Raijin gets those level awakenings on the 9th batch. So anyway guys, that is it for this video. Let me know what you think. Did you guys pull for these characters? Are you hyped? I wish you the best of luck if you still need to get their weapons. And that is pretty much about this video. Have a good one, and I shall see you next time. Take care.